Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 128 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On first down, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Foreman takes it, headed right. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
On first down, it's Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. To the air again, Fields. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll run for it. This is Foreman. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll run here with Foreman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. On the toss, here's Foreman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football, just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there, ends up getting spilled for a loss.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now it's Fields. And it's caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Still just a 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Fields now to throw. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Steps away. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And out of bounds right around the 20. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On second down, here's Foreman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Foreman powering ahead for a good pickup and had a career year with over 900 yards in Carolina last season, which gave him the chance to lead Chicago's backfield this year, which led the NFL in yards last season.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. To throw is Fields. And that's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Fields. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he goes out right around the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Andrew Billings drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Levante David. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The Bears offense staying put. Justin Fields always a threat to run. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Throwing, Mayfield. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here comes third down and 7. Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on third down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Well, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are right back in this football game.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. A good pickup there at 22.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Here's Fields. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown, Bears! DJ Moore, 30 yards. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Fields trying to throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive last time. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Now a first down throw, Fields. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him now. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on third down? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to it?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Foreman powering ahead. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Here's Fields. Tunyon's got it on the out route.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Second and 6 at the 7-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up. On the handoff, here's Foreman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 40.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Back to throw. Fields. That's to Moore. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bears have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Baker. He completes it to Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Mayfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory.